I like the sticker on the camera.
You like that?
Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
I got the eye on the red dot.
It's going to happen.
The red dot special.
What's gonna happen?
It's going to go off.
I know,
Like
look
me, motherfuckers.
Ooh, damn.
What's going on, guys?
Not much.
Hello.
New episode.
Yeah, I didn't change my shirt.
Yeah. No, neither did I.
Yeah, man. I just decided my laundry.
What shirt do you have on?
I have a shirt on from a band called King. They're
King.
badass. King
What
with a
is
Y.
that?
This is Grim Reaper,
Ah.
which fucks your mom.
I got AC Cobra, local band.
Oh, yeah.
Old local band.
Old
Killer
school.
band. Yeah, not that old. You know.
They're kind of old.
You're kind of old. You're kind of old.
2000s, maybe late 90s.
That's old.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah, it's
so.
old.
Yeah.
Old.
Yeah. Anyway, the name of the show?
In the Mouth of Music. I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget this time.
All right.
In the Mouth of Music. We talk shit about music.
Scott White.
Scott White.
Yeah.
Diego Pendejo.
Dean Corpse.
Yeah. So we
It's a good topic today.
we got some juicy shit today.
I like this topic.
Adrian!
Sharon!
Oh, Sharon. That's right. Not
It's
Adrian.
not Rocky, you dick.
Sorry.
I like drugs and peeing on the Alamo.
Dean does a pretty good Ozzy.
I am excellent at doing Ozzy.
Yeah, maybe if you talk in the mic, we'd
I
hear
could
it.
do it. I
They
could do
don't
it.
use
Yeah.
them. They're very sensitive, just like
And I'm going through changes of diapers.
Mama!
Oh, poor Ozzy. He's always been old.
Ozzy's been old since he was 35.
Yeah. I
Poor
watched some
Ozzy.
videos of Ozzy, and he always looks like this.
Yeah.
Even when he was young. You know,
Can't
Black
move.
Sabbath.
It's hard to move when your wife's pulling your strings.
Yeah. Oh, wasn't his wife or her dad was like a record guy or something, right?
He was a record. He
Something.
He owned Virgin Records. Or
No, he was like a
He was a high up in the record
yeah.
industry.
Yeah.
He was a
So,
mogul.
no, he's a
Yeah.
smart guy. He married up.
Married
into,
up, but I
you
mean,
know.
Ozzy has an enormous amount of talent.
He does.
He really does.
You know, we were watching some videos of Ozzy, and the motherfucker could sing. Just like
He's
back
like,
in the day. he could
He's
sing.
not
Yeah.
wasn't like a great vocalist, but he
No,
actually
he had a unique sound.
He had a unique sound, but
Unique sound.
like live, like it sounded like the fucking CD.
Yeah, it
like,
sounded
was
like
really
CD.
good,
back in the day.
really
yeah.
good. Back
Yeah,
in the
I
day.
mean, we
Not
watched
now.
stuff.
Not
We watched stuff from what 81,
now.
82.
At his peak.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't say it was
Really
his.
good.
I wouldn't say it was his peak.
He was
but
really good. Up.
Yeah.
I think the last time Black Sabbath came around was the only time I think I've ever seen Ozzy where it sucked.
Yeah,
Where he sucked. No, not Black Sabbath. I mean, Black Sabbath was awesome. I remember I got the tickets, and I was so excited. I was like, well, I'm going to... Because that was the third time I saw Black Sabbath. And I was just kind of like, oh, it's cool. I get to see Black Sabbath again. But, man, for the last time seeing them, that was...
You know,
Oh, dirty women!
you know, like
It's like, oh, God, dude, really? You're not...
like
not
I
even
told
gonna-
Scott. Even when he was in his prime, he's not a good front man as far as energy.
No.
What the
He's-
fuck you talking about? You're fucking on
you're
crack, sir.
Terrible, man.
He
He's
was awesome.
fucking
Frog
stands
leaping,
there.
clapping his hands.
He looks like he's
Clapping his
terrible.
hands.
No.
He used to wet himself. Do you know this? The reason why he would pour buckets of water on himself is because he would piss himself on
Yeah.
stage, and it wouldn't look like he peed himself.
I know, but he was very stiff. You know, he didn't move. You know,
He didn't have to move. He was Ozzy
Look, I'm
Osbourne.
not-
He's a
You
fucking
could-
god.
I'm not taking
If you
away.
watch like the old performances,
I'm not taking
you could
away
look
from
at
him.
him and you could tell he
He's
was like
focusing,
focusing.
yeah.
He was
Yeah.
focusing.
He really
That's why
focused,
he could really belt it out back
Yeah,
then. He could
yeah.
sing.
He was
And he
focusing.
was paying attention. He wasn't
Grab
all
that
fucked up.
mic.
Yeah, no, and I give it. I'd rather him sound good and not jump around like an idiot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he would only jump around when he was like,
to jump
you know,
around. He never fucking jumped, dude. That guy
He
can't
leaped,
fucking.
frog leaped like a
No.
motherfucker
Jump
all over
up,
the place.
jump up,
He
and
wasn't
get
no
down.
David Lee Roth tap dancing all
Yeah,
over the place.
I
But yeah,
But in that era, you know, lead singers were moving around like crazy. You
I
just
think
named
he's the only
it.
guy
David
that
Lee
did
Roth.
leapfrogs. Really,
he did. I think
he's
I
a pioneer.
Think so. I
He's
think he's a pioneer on that.
Pioneer of the leapfrogs.
Everybody!
I only saw him once, and I saw him old, and I didn't.
Oh wow, yeah.
It wasn't
saw him
good.
a couple
I
times.
wish I would have saw him in the '80s, but I was fucking.
I saw him in the '90s, and I saw him up until like pretty recently. And whatever the Black Sabbath thing was.
Yep.
And I mean, I thought he was always good. I never had a problem. I saw a front row.
So
for
did
once,
you ever?
The first time I ever saw
Did
him.
you ever stop listening to Ozzy? Because I did.
No.
I have a definitive put on the brakes.
I do too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Go. I want to hear your definitive put on the brakes, and I will inject my opinions.
Ozzy is my first metal, whatever, into metal. When I was, I'm gonna say,
Back in the 1950s?
no, I'm gonna say fifth grade. Fifth grade. So I was fifth grade would be 1985. So I was 9 years old, and I listened to Ozzy, and I got a bunch of Ozzy stuff, Blizzard of Oz, and all that, and I got the tribute album, like I told you.
Mm-hmm. That's my favorite.
Yeah, I love that. I wish.
Randy Rhoads one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would like that. I would go watch Ozzy, and I would like, I would love to have something like that
Goddamn
signed
planes.
or something. So after that, I bought Diary, and what's the other one I forgot about?
Bark at the Moon?
Bark at the Moon. Thank you.
Yep.
And
I did the
then
same.
Don't worry, I'm here for you.
And then I got to Ultimate Sin, and I liked it.
That's the ultimate sin.
I remember every lyric on the album, everything. And then after that, he totally lost me.
Really?
Totally. And I'm going to tell you why he lost me. So I was listening to Ultimate Sin. That was 87, 88, I think. Right around there?
I think it had to be. Maybe 86, 87.
I remember I had a sleepover. I don't remember the kid's name. It was in New York. And I had a sleepover. And I had my Ultimate Sin, my Ozzy cassette in my cassette thing. And we're talking. And he's like,
Ultimate Sin was 86.
86.
Yeah.
All right.
Because the
Tribute was
Wraith came out
87.
about
So it
86.
was like 87. This
Lightning
was probably
strikes in there.
87, 88 or something. And I had the CD in there, or the cassette CD. There was no CDs. I had a cassette, and he says, what are you listening to? And I said, I'm listening to some Ozzy. He goes, really? He goes, I don't listen to that stuff anymore. I'm like, what do you listen to? Hardcore. I go, Ozzy's pretty hardcore, So he giggles. Hold on.
You know what they call you? A dork.
Right. I was a dork. Yeah, I was a dork. But, dude, I was,
didn't know.
I was fucking like 12 years old or 10 or 11. I don't even know. I was very young. I was 11 years old, actually, according to that. I was 11. And I felt like a dork because then he let me listen to some, I think it was Nausea or some type of New York hardcore stuff.
Nausea?
You were like, what
Yeah,
the
Nausea.
fuck?
Sorry, excuse me.
I don't know.
I don't
what you're
really
saying.
I don't really
Nausea.
listen to him, but he let me listen to some New York City hardcore stuff, and
Agnostic front.
no, it wasn't Agnostic Front. I would remember that, but anyway, but he gave me his little mixtape, and yeah, I stopped listening to Ozzy, and I remember listening to the new album after that, and I just didn't like it.
So you basically stopped listening to Ozzy because you thought you were too cool for Ozzy because you were way into
No,
heavier shit.
I do see I do think that Ultimate Sin was a turning point for Ozzy. I do think
Okay.
Yeah.
a commercialized point for him. It was
Pretty commercial.
I got into Ozzy at the Ultimate Sin era of Ozzy, and then Tribute came out. But by that time, I'd already gotten the Bark at the Moon and Diary of a Madman, and just because
Blizzard.
Blizzard of Oz.
Yeah.
But Ultimate Sin was where I came in, and so
Oh,
I
you
had to
came in-
backtrack.
You came in late,
I had
buddy.
to backtrack.
I
and
came
then,
in earlier than
Yeah.
Wow.
And then, like Tribute was like the best. I fucking love that record. It's
I
so
agree.
good. Always
And
the best live record. It's just
I
killer.
think one of the best live recordings ever recorded. I do.
It's really good. And then
Excellent recording.
No Rest for the Wicked.
No,
I didn't dig it.
really.
I didn't dig it.
Yeah.
And I was getting into heavier stuff at the time, and I was just like,
That's the
all right,
problem.
this-
That's what happened to me.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
getting into heavier shit, and I was like, it's too.
You didn't get into heavier shit. You got into cooler shit.
Yeah,
And then the guys who were listening to Ozzy were listening to, popular stuff.
And now in hindsight, in
Not very popular.
retrospect, it was good.
It is good.
The other stuff is very good.
No, it's all good.
But I'm not shitting on it. I'm not going to bag
No,
on it. But
no.
Ozzy's fucking great.
Ozzy to me is like Danzig. He can't do no wrong.
Oh, he can do wrong.
No, I
Oh,
think,
he has done wrong.
I think all the stuff.
He sang a duet with Miss Piggy.
I don't know. Have you heard the new song?
New album's not terrible.
He's got some Cher.
it's not great.
He's got some Cher stuff going on in one of the songs.
Well, yeah, well, he's got effects on his
But
vocals.
that new song, that other new song.
Because he's 112
what
now.
was that other new song? The
one with the
what?
video?
There's only two singles. What's it? One single's totally lame.
In the Graveyard.
Yeah, that one's no good.
That's
Is that the good one?
That's a good one.
Is that the one where he
The Straight to Hell is the other
Straight
song.
to Hell? That's the good
I don't
one.
like that one.
What's the one where there's like a riot going on in the
Yeah.
video?
I don't watch
That's
the
Straight to
video,
Hell,
so I
yeah.
couldn't tell you.
Straight
It's
to Hell.
probably
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I like
the good
that
one.
one.
I played you the other one. You didn't like
Yeah.
it.
I
It
thought
had a
that
bunch
was,
of
I thought
electronic
that
stuff.
song was okay.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
pretty
Into the
good.
Graveyard a lot better because
But
I'm more of the melody guy.
Doesn't
so
that
I
have like a bunch of effects on his voice?
He has effects on his vocals.
I know.
For years.
I know.
But I
it
mean,
has a
it's
little
not.
more.
They add a lot of like. It's not really much of a. I mean, it is obviously an effect, but it's like he always doubles up his vocals, and then they clean it up a lot.
I like the guy.
He's
all
old.
All his stuff is super produced.
I was disappointed.
They are.
Yeah.
I saw him live. It was disappointing. But then again, I saw him after Motorhead, so it's kind of
Well,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
okay.
It's like
I got
to me that was like a slap. And you know what I'm thinking. I see him after Motorhead, and I like Motorhead. I love him, and when I saw him, I'm thinking 1984, 85, when I was 9, 10 years old, listening to Ozzy. And with I don't know, I was disappointed.
Sure.
You know?
I got into Ozzy. I'm a little younger than you guys, if you guys didn't know. Yeah.
Just barely.
We can't tell.
No, you can't. You couldn't. You can tell.
About-
My
about-
fat
about-
keeps me preserved, sir.
preserved.
If I lost all the weight, I just turned into a wrinkly raisin.
Ooh.
But yeah, I got into Ozzy maybe right around. I mean, I saw the movie The Wraith with
Wraith,
Charlie
yeah,
Sheen.
yeah.
Oh, killer!
With
Fuck,
some.
love it, yeah.
What's her name's titties in that movie?
With the Dodge.
Yeah, with that.
That car was badass.
I made a model of that car.
That car was fast. You know that, right?
Clint Howard.
Yeah.
Yeah, good old movie with
Yep.
Randy Quaid.
Yeah.
And they did the lightning strikes in that album.
You're right.
Movie.
Yeah.
Rocking all night.
Rocking all night. Yeah.
Lightning
So-
strikes again.
So we discovered that we both bailed on Ozzy
At the
pre
same time.
Zach Wild.
Pre Zach Wild, but
yeah.
then I came in.
Then you came in and you
And
took the torch.
I took the torch from there because honestly, I was like, oh, Crazy Babies. I didn't really like the song Crazy Babies. I thought that was okay.
You know what? I guess.
But the
I
rest
guess
of the
I-
album, the song that got me was Miracle Man.
Oh, okay.
And I like that because I hated religion, and that song
How does
was,
that song go?
Miracle Man, he got
Oh.
busted. That song.
Got busted. Yeah, it was about what's his name?
That's
The
about
Evangelist.
The Evangelist.
No, it was a specific evangelist.
Jim Baker.
Jim Baker. Yeah.
Yeah.
That you know what? That was good. What album is that?
That's on No Rest for the Wicked.
Yeah, I
They
guess
got Bloodbath in Paradise.
I guess I like that.
You
You
know,
know, what?
fucking,
I
They've all
retake.
got some zingers,
Yeah,
you know?
You know what it is? Is the last Ozzy album I bought was The Ultimate Sin. I should rephrase.
Tribute.
That. I didn't.
I will give you this.
Yeah, I guess tribute.
Tribute was after.
That came out after?
Ultimate Sin
Yeah.
is probably my favorite Ozzy album.
Like
No, tribute.
overall.
How did-
Overall.
Tribute didn't come out
what it said
after.
on the
It came
thing.
out after. It came out in '87.
How? It was
87.
recorded in 81.
Yeah, but they didn't release
well,
it until
whatever. I
'87.
mean,
Look.
Yeah.
Look at the dates.
Yeah, no, I had that. Yeah, so I guess you're right.
Why do
Tribute.
you always need proof? Why can't you
Look,
just
man,
believe
it's
us?
just
Fucking
because I
bitch.
know the it's got
I feel like
Randy
I'm talking to
Rhodes
my
and he was
fucking kids.
dead
Oh,
forever.
Why don't you just believe me?
Hey, I'm not the one that was corrected.
Oh, it's all right.
Snap a doodle.
I missed a word. We know who you are.
No, you're right. That's a good album.
But it's a great album, and I love Blizzard of Oz. I have a love for all Ozzy albums. I think all of them are pretty good. The last one I think is probably the weakest album, but I'll always find a gem on the album. There's always good ones. Like I like that
Yeah.
Little Green Martian song, whatever. I thought that was
know what
pretty.
that is.
Like I look for the weird songs. And I usually like the weird ones. It's kind of like
I don't know.
my favorite Sabbath albums, like Technical Ecstasy. Why? Maybe because some of the songs are not overplayed like a motherfucker. And I
Sure.
get tired of albums that are just overplayed.
Yeah.
But Ultimate Sin, to me, is a great album. It's not an overplayed album. It's an album they barely play any. They thank God for the Bomb is like the only song they actually play live. But other than that, man, then the fucking No More Tears came out, and that was a fucking juggernaut. That's a fucking good album.
It
I don't
is,
give a
but
fuck what
that's
anybody says.
where you know what? I guess you're right. That's totally where I stopped listening to.
But I
Yeah.
think the
fucking
actual
jocks listen to that. You know?
I think well, who gives a shit? Because jocks listen to fucking Hate Breed. Are you gonna hate Breed because they listen to them? But the
Yeah.
I am, bitch.
bunch of dorks.
God damn it.
fucking pop listening fucks.
Yeah, thank you. Yes.
the-
Yeah.
But I think honestly, as as it goes for true Ozzy albums, like the pinnacle of it all was really Osmosis. I think that was the last true Ozzy album. And the rest after that, which aren't bad, Down to Earth is okay. It's not terrible. It's got some pretty good tunes, but I think the album Black Rain was a better album. And then they came out with Scream, which I thought Scream was actually really good.
I've heard some tracks off of that were
then,
fucking pretty killer.
He didn't release so many albums after Osmosis, but that's also where his vocals were still kicking. He was still going. Everything after that's been kind of like almost forced, but everything was written by, I think some songs were written by like Dave Grohl and stuff on like Black Rain and shit like that. Some of those didn't even have Zakk Wylde on it. If I remember, I know Scream definitely had Gus G on it. Gus G was in Firewind.
What was the other band that Jake E. Lee was in? I can't remember.
That guy was really popular.
You know what? I couldn't tell you right now.
You know, I got to give it to Ozzy. He always had guitarists that were always on Circus magazine, like on the cover forever, right?
I mean, to play with Ozzy, you
like
got to be pretty damn good.
No, serious. Like you'd get
Randy Rhoads set the fucking.
You'd go to whatever Publix, Wallbounds, whatever your food store of choice. And when I was a kid, I remember looking through Circus magazine, and dude, Zakk Wylde was on the cover.
But if you think about it, he's always worked with some of the best guitarist players.
Right? No, but I'm saying
Tony Iommi is like one of the greatest.
But his
players
guitarists were always like in these magazines constantly. These guys were like the best of the best, the best hired guns.
Ultimate Sin also had Jake E. Lee on it.
Jake E. Lee was in Badlands.
Badlands, that's right.
Yeah. Yes.
That's the band nobody listened to.
Yeah. But hey, his number one song, who wrote it?
Lemmy.
That's right.
Mama, I'm coming home.
Lemmy was known to say that he made more money in his career off of the Ozzy songs, the like 3 songs he wrote for Ozzy, than
Hellraiser,
all of the Motorhead songs.
Probably.
Yeah. Because I mean that album sold millions,
multi-platinum.
Multi-platinum.
Mama, I'm Coming Home was ridiculous.
And there was one other one. I don't remember.
Road to Nowhere or no, or was it?
I'm not sure.
I can't remember.
Yeah, but that's pretty crazy.
But it is funny that his number one song was written by a guy that never had a number one song. You know.
Well, but Lemmy was.
I'm not taking away from Lemmy.
But see, that's the thing.
Ozzy
always worked with his friends. He always did.
But it's just kind of comical.
It's comical,
but
I mean, it showed that Lemmy had the chops to do it. But he just
come on, Lemmy, some mega chops.
Yeah. Lemmy was he's a god. They said so. Who will win in a fight, Lemmy or God?
It's a trick question.
Lemmy is God.
Lemmy is good.
Airheads.
Okay, so I don't think we need to rate Ozzy because Ozzy's awesome.
No, we should rate Ozzy. Definitely rate Ozzy.
You think?
I'm going to give him a mega high rating. Yeah.
What are you going to give him, a C?
No, for me,
mega high rating.
I mean, the only, I saw him live once, so I guess I really shouldn't. I mean, none of us saw him live.
I wish I was seeing him on the Ultimate Sin because he had that big chair. And shit like that.
Oh yeah, he was like a king, right? Awesome. The king chair.
But he did do the chair event. He did it again. He did it on an Ozfest.
I only saw him live once, and I wasn't impressed. And then I've seen videos, on YouTube and all that of him live, and I'm still not impressed. So I give his live show kind of I mean, I don't know. I can give his live show an F, but everything else is an A. So I give the guy a B++++, almost an A.
That's the highest rating
man,
ever gave anything.
Well, I told you, man. I've been listening to Ozzy since I was, pre-10 years old.
He stood the test of time.
Honestly, I don't think he's really made a bad album.
And you know what?
I listened to the new one today, and I thought it was good.
Yeah, it's still decent.
I mean, there was just one video. That one video I told you was bad.
He has good songwriters.
Listen, you know what? He gets... Hey, shut the fuck up. Listen. You know what? He gets bonus points, too.
Why?
Because he was in fucking Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Ozzy better than Black Sabbath.
So if you actually think about it, he hasn't made almost a single bad album. I mean, some people might not like the new album. I guess it's an okay album.
I like it.
But out of all the albums he has made, you're allowed. It's like Danzig. You made Danzig 5. It's like everybody's like, "Oh, but he made Danzig
wait a
5," and it's like,
on,
but it's
wait.
okay. You're allowed to make one bad album.
But you got to take into account
He didn't do Load, Reload, and Saint Anger.
You got.
Another
We're
load.
not even going to talk about Metallica because talk about a band that I love that completely fizzled. Anyway, but you got to take into account when he released this album. It was 20. It's a year old. The album he just released. Or
Yeah.
is it
What?
Is it brand?
It just came
new?
out.
It
brand
just
new.
came
a couple,
out.
brand new.
couple months ago.
So
Yeah.
I take into account the era that he released it. I think it's great. Because there's nothing else, man.
There's nothing
I'm
else.
telling you, man. I look for stuff. Scott, do I look for shit every day?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
He
And I
does.
can't find anything.
I
man.
find
like
shit every day in the toilet.
Anyway, I like the new album. I give him a B plus plus plus. I mean, almost A.
Wow.
Like if he wasn't so fucking Frankenstein stiff when he's playing live, I'd give him an A plus. But his live is,
Well, I think we're going for more albums.
I'll give him a B.
I give him
Straight
a
up.
good, I give him a good
solid
B.
I give him a B plus.
I give him a good B.
He's my original metal
Because
guy.
he's still
he is
released. He's anything after Osmosis was kind of like, it's good, but it's not great.
Oh, and his vocals live. That's where I give him an A.
I mean,
Yeah.
live.
A.
I
That's
mean,
where he gets an A.
I can't. Really,
Old Ozzy.
Yeah,
Or-
I mean,
Hold on.
you
I mean,
can't really rate.
Early Ozzy.
I mean, I don't know,
When
like
they're
that.
70 years old, you just don't. You just stop.
Yeah, you
rating
got the
them.
pipes,
Well,
man.
no.
You ain't no
But,
Alice Cooper.
but like I told you, Scott, that album, that tribute album, the quality of the recording is great, and
amazing.
his vocals are perfect.
Yeah,
man.
because
Yeah.
they took like
Guys-
fucking 6 years to fucking release it.
Well, whatever. The guy is he's
tweaked
focused.
everything.
He's focusing. That's why his live show sucks.
He
It's
was
'cause the guy
focusing, all right.
is fucking
He's
focused.
focused because he was so fucked up that
Well,
he
whatever.
didn't want to fall over.
I like Ozzy.
I like
He's
Ozzy.
one of my favorites.
I love Ozzy.
Yeah.
I don't just like Ozzy.
You know, and if somebody has a suggestion for a band, right?
Yeah, please.
Yeah,
give us
please.
Suggestions.
Suggestions. Any type of band.
Tell us how much you
Anything.
hate Scott, or
Yeah,
tell
yeah.
us that you want us to go away, or if you want us to stick around, or if you want us to do anything.
And you can
should-
send us gifts too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, please, not poop though. We
No
don't want
poop. Or no.
I
no-
probably just gave him the idea to
And
send poop
we got to
too.
no
like,
dick pics.
like,
pics.
You gotta
subscribe.
like, subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Say goodbye, Dean.
Suck my dick.